Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to
Howdy,
Can't Draw
howdy,
Horses
howdy.
Club. And welcome to you, Matt. You in particular.
And welcome to you, Coriander.
Thank you.
You in general.
Oh. And welcome to all of you out there. In the club.
In the cloud.
In the club. They're in the club.
In the club. Cracking open a club and, just chilling in the club.
Reminder to moisturize.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So, it's 2022.
Can you guess how old I am now, Corey?
22.
Oh, if only. If only.
That would have been so easy.
Yeah. Having a birthday on the new year certainly puts the whole thing into perspective.
At least you still get gifts.
The odd one. Yeah. The odd one or two. Usually I get them at Christmas.
That's fair.
Yeah.
As a summer child,
A sweet summer child.
I mostly had to endure the lack of guests to invite to my birthday since school was out during my youth. But now I'm free to party down, and my giving zones are so separate that I'm insured at least one or two things. Actually, my grandparents would just give me school supplies and grammar books every year. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that my birthday was in the summer.
Oh. And that is what sparked your love of notebooks, cahiers, ledgers, every form of fitted sheets into some sort of bound material.
Speaking of notebooks and ledgers, I have my notebook right here. And my plan for the beginning of the stream is rather than doing whatever that is,
Michael needs to put his phone on silent.
that old-timey
Michael.
ringtone.
Yes, is what I'm saying, Michael. Anyway, what were you doing?
Does your husband have like one of those telephones with a crank on it? Like, what
He has a
year
work
is it?
phone. He has a work phone.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not shaming his work phone.
I am.
I wanted to do some planning and discussion with you live
Yes.
in front of the internet before we get started.
Yes.
Because you and I have cracked open our various pixel art programs in the past. Me,
We have a history, yeah.
Ace Sprite. You, Pixel?
Pixel edit or
Pixel edit.
or whatever.
Yeah. And I wanted to brainstorm some very, very simple things that I assume I can do, since I'm feeling a little low energy, a little low confidence start of the
Okay.
year, you know?
Okay.
So
The new you is not like bright and flashy. The new you is like emerging from a cocoon of blankets.
yeah, still a little sludgy. The wings have not dried out at this point. I'm covered in the pulp of my previous body.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not kicking down doors or yelling or fighting the future. I am here to say that I'm pretty sure I can get a box to go around my little square canvas, around the edges in like a little
Okay.
pattern, so that it
Okay.
hits like the corners at regular intervals. And I think I can play with a bit of like the timing of that. So that's a fun thing to start with. making a little box go in a box shape. Box
Mhm,
within
mhm.
box.
And that's pretty much about where I am as well, because I've used Pixel Edit thrice of times.
Yeah.
Um, I think what I'm going to do is try and map out framework motion of an idea I have,
So do
but
like the
not the actual
outline
thing. Yeah,
first. Kind of sketch it out, see how the movement is. All
yeah,
right.
kind of like framing the part of the composition, but
Part of the composition.
not the actual items.
Another thing I want to try to do is bounce a ball and try to get
Bounceable.
the squash and stretch of the impact at the bottom.
Okay. What color of ball is it?
I was thinking red, but I might change things up and go with blue.
Mm, mm, mm. You have the red Oni and the blue Oni, and you've chosen blue on
They're
this
best
day.
friends. Yeah.
They're foils of each other, you see. Uh, hmm. And how long do you think we should aim for in terms of frames?
I was thinking like, oh goodness, like a full second loop for myself. So going at like 24 frames. Yeah,
Around that, yeah. I have a move in mind, a motion
emotion.
that
How
I will
long do you
try and
think it'll
fulfill.
take?
Uh, about 20, 25 frames,
So
probably.
like a full second?
Hopefully, yeah. So we're gonna spend is it 3 hours of our lifetime
Yes.
on animating 1 second of something?
Potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah, it's not the worst productivity I've heard of in the animation industry.
Hmm.
All right. Let us go, I guess, to split screen view. And I will start making my box. Like, I wanted to start with a square so that I could just copy paste it.
Mm.
Ba, ba, ba.
Where
Fill
do I
the
want to
rectangle.
start?
All right. What color should my box be? I want it to be like a visual green. It's going to be
Green?
green. All right. I can see a little measurement thing. I want it to be square. So I'm trying to get the numbers to match. 20. It's a 20 by 20 box. All right. Things are going very well. Yes, frame rate is 1 because I have not added more frames yet. Let's see. How do I do that? New frame. All right. So I've got a plan. And 24 divides into 4 by 6, right? So
Yes.
on frame 6, it should be at the other corner. Can I just grab it and move it? Oh, move. Oh, maybe I should have paid attention to like where it is. Maybe I should make it actually just hit the edge because that'll make it easier on me. Let's just hit the edge. Okay, and then frame 12, it's gonna be down here.
You're definitely going faster than me. Uh,
Well, I can make it fancier if this works.
okay, there we are.
Do I want the last and first frame to replicate? That's a question.
Do you have an answer?
Not yet. We'll see what it looks like. All right. So most of my frames right now are the first frame that I had. So I think I want to like copy paste.
I really do need some sort of mic stand here.
Looks like my oh, that's dope. I actually get measurement stuff if I hold down control on this. Maybe I can zoom in a bit. There we go. Now people can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So I actually have a lot of range now for putting some distance between the edge of the frame.
Oh, nice.
Because I know my thing is square. Yes. That's not what frame 6 should look like. Oh no, where did my frames go? Oh no, they're still there. I just was clicking on the wrong thing. Or was I? Have I overridden my frames?
Dropping all those frames.
No. Deselect. Just playing with the selection tool I have.
Is it good?
Kinda. It's something to figure out.
Yeah. I think I'm on the same page with you in terms of energy. Head full of pudding right now. You know? Some days it be like that.
It do. Okay, so the move tool, if I use it, does it do what I actually want?
Is it moving?
All right. It should have worked. I feel. Why do I have 26 frames? That's weird. Delete frame. All right. Ah, Mangled Pixel. Welcome. Since you're here, I would like to congratulate you live on your 100-month resub.
Oh, dang. The 1 year.
Since we missed that last week.
Oh, God. It's 1 year and a week.
Yeah, the 1
That's
year.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to get my cube on the frames. So frame 12, hitting the move button, moving it down to the corner, and then go to frame 18, go back to 12. 12 is still there. 18, yes.
Yes.
12 is still there. 18 is there. 24 should be back at start. All right. So I have no idea what happened before. What I did or undid.
You've done something.
I've done something. But it's nice now because I know I can see distances. Therefore, I can do math.
You've been to your optometrist. They taught you math.
They taught me math. So I know I can just move stuff to halfway. That's roughly halfway. That's how things work. Maybe I should make like a layer with a reference. If I make a grid, then the cube would hit the points or intersections of the grid. But that might just be too complicated.
Well, you're not one to overcomplicate things.
Hopefully not.
You complicate them the appropriate amount. So you've mentioned that it is the new year, so the new you is kind of having that pillow cave mentality a bit.
Yeah.
Snuggling in for the long haul kind of thing, right?
I should be hibernating, yeah.
Hibernating, yes. What kind of theme are you thinking of bringing to this new year?
Theme?
Yeah. I could ask you what your resolution is, but people seem to like themes more now as an idea.
Huh. Never really thought of that. I don't typically do like a resolution just because where the new year falls in the year is kind of, it's a little disruptive to make big changes, and it's the middle of winter, so it's hard to do stuff like, I'm going to start exercising right now.
Yeah.
Although, I do have a big problem when it gets warm and I try to start exercising, so winter's actually better for that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's just like, I don't know if I want what, normal people want.
Well, you're your own person, right?
I'm definitely my own person. That's all anyone can say about me.
They are an individual. Yeah, it's definitely true for me too, is that for doing the physical exertion of exercising, I really do need to, like, if I want it to work, just get out there and start jogging now while it's cold, so I'm not huffing and puffing and all sweaty and all that.
Yeah, I do not like being covered in sweat. It's one of the most uncomfortable feelings on the planet and makes the pain of exercising even more excruciating because I'm uncomfortable and I'm in pain.
Yeah.
All right. I think this should go around the box if I hit play. Oh! Oh, it's moving!
You've done
I've
it.
done it! Oh!
Oh, that might go away. There we are. How do you feel about your success?
I'm still celebrating. I'm elated that it what I thought would happen did happen. It's like hitting run on a program and not having any compiler errors. It's I don't know I don't know how that feeling translates to it'd be like if you had never held a basketball and just got like nothing but net.
Nothing but net. It's like me when I build some cathedral of text boxes and emoji on a video that I'm editing. And then I render it and it actually times out well. It's like, oh, that's the choice.
Because in the preview you can't always see everything and you can't see and hear everything at the same time.
The biggest issue I find is that playback takes a second or two or three to actually get going.
Yeah. And then it might even like just skip the bit. Like if you're doing a fancy transition, it might just skip it in the playback.
Yeah.
Just trying to save memory, or it's like it takes too long for the machine to process what the heck you're doing in that spot. So it's just like, no, we're already like 5 seconds in the future.
Where all the emoji aren't.
Where all the emoji aren't. All right, so I want to smooth out this path a bit. So, or do I want to try like having it accelerate fast and then stop at the corners? That's a thing I can do because I could just like move the second frame to halfway and then bunch the next ones up a lot.
Yeah. I don't know how to get this thing to play in animation. Oh well.
Like if I just loop, can I do this? No, that doesn't do that. I was trying to loop just a set of frames. Set loop section. There we go. Might be too abrupt on that distance. Because the third one's about there. Maybe I want it to like basically rest for 2 frames.
Does your program have frame time that you can set individually for different frames?
I don't know.
I just asked that because
yeah, I can set duration.
Oh, there you go. I have something saying frame time here, and I don't know if it's individual. I'm struggling to even get playback at all, but
there we go. Oh yeah, now it sits for a nice amount, and I can I don't have to pause with extra frames. I can keep all the frames as movement. So that's 2 pixels from the end. Let's get this to like 8. Then double it to 16 ish. Yeah, and then double it to 30 something. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Now you got that slide.
Now I got that slide. I'll get rid of this loop. What? What?
What?
All right, that first jump is a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
That's fun.
You're getting results.
Yeah, let's take a look at yours.
Mine, especially considering what I'm drawing here, does look a little sad.
Is it a nasty tree that's withering?
So, if you look at the successive frames,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of goes up and then goes down, and it's going to go up again. Can you guess what it is?
It's one of those wacky waving arm inflatable
Inflatable.
tube men.
Yes.
Or a sky dancer.
Or Sky Dancer.
Sky dancer.
That thing that our friend of ours is terrified of.
Yeah.
So I'm basically just doing the framework of that, and then hopefully, once I have those frames all out, I'll learn how to make it play back.
I'm gonna Google how to play back. This is what, Pixel Edit?
Pixel Edit, yeah. I get the feeling it's like something is selected that it doesn't want to play nice with while it's actively selected or something. Who knows? Technology can be weird sometimes.
I'm looking for a text-based tutorial and not a video.
Video.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Tools, stuff. Undo and redo. So the lower right window, the one that has a little preview, that's your playback.
The playback, yeah. But it's not changing anything when I click the buttons there. Not even going back and forth.
Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling.
Keep that big wheel scrolling.
So I see you've got tiles laid out. Yes.
I do have tiles, yes. Thank you for noticing.
Have you used the animation frame management tool?
There's animation frame rate management.
So that you should select your first frame. And then blah, blah, blah. Click on other frames to paste everything to the frames. No. Did that.
I've copied a frame and now it is making it.
And then the lower left window is a animations panel. So you have to hit a plus button to create a new animation.
Oh, that's why I needed to create the thing before I could use the range.
Yeah, and then you edit that to set the length of frames.
All right, that'll...
It's the little gear on the animation you made.
All right. Now, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
but
I can see your little thing. Can you make it bigger?
I'll pause that. Pop it out.
Oh, yeah. Now we're popping and locking.
Yep.
What?
And then it just evaporates.
Yeah, because you've got a lot of frames to work with.
Yeah.
I think you need more. It needs more lift,
More tube action.
more tube action.
I mean, I was fully going through without using Onion or
Yeah,
any of that. So
yeah.
it's a first draft.
It's just, it spends such a short amount of time up.
I'll see what I can do in terms of inserting frames. Hopefully there's an easy way to do that. But first I have to draw the rest of them. You are emerging.
I'm trying to move my stuff away from the edge now.
How do you feel about adding a second square that goes counter to the one you already have?
Oh, that might make me sick.
Uh-oh. What a disgusting idea.
Yeah, ugh, gross. No one wants that. But I was thinking maybe it could get followed by another shape. It could be followed.
Gonna reenact It Follows.
Gonna read it. Just pixel STDs.
What?
You know It Follows.
I know the name. Unfortunately, I've never seen it.
You don't. It's about a sexually transmitted ghost.
Oh, okay. Hollywood is wild, y'all.
It's a good movie.
Hmm.
Music by Disaster Piece.
Oh.
If you want the bleep bloops.
The bleep bloops. And a full stellar cast, I'm sure, even though I've never seen it.
The only person I remember is the main guy, who is also the main guy in Atypical, which I haven't watched for a long time.
Yeah, didn't you start a movie watching podcast recently?
Why, yes, I did. And recently came out with a new episode.
Oh, I should check that out.
It is, in fact, called Hey, Check It Out.
Oh. I legitimately forgot that I was referencing the name of it there. That's where I am mentally today. Vaguely present, but not really. It really is unfortunate that the term video nasties, for as fun as that is as a name for something, is used for such a disappointing thing.
Not a fan. I mean, I don't think the video nasties are. We're talking about the episode of my podcast, Hey, Check It Out, on the movie Censor from 2021, which is about the video nasties era in Britain, which is about film censorship. And the video nasties are a set of horror films that include a lot of Nazi and exploitation stuff that is gross, but
yeah, like
it should. It sounds like a more fun thing.
It does. Like the content of the video nasties in general, from what it seems like, kind of gross, and not in a fun way. But also the political move against them.
Yeah, to think of the children.
Yeah. A classic think of the children kind of situation.
Also a classic seeing violence will promote violence, or like clearly the people who make art that depicts violence are trying to encourage the public to commit acts of violence.
Oh, damn. I went into the other frame.
It's also very, very pornographic.
That too, yeah.
Very, very anti sexual liberation, let's say. I think our video industry would be very different today if that had not happened in Britain.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you wouldn't have the movie censor.
Then I wouldn't have the movie censor.
Yeah.
Whee. All right. Yeah, kind of like a little tortoise and hare thing going on here. I could make a ball in another layer.
A ball python?
I could make a ball python. No, that's not how
and ball python.
A tortoise and hare works.
Yeah.
New layer.
The story of the tortoise and hare really is just a story of acquiring a wig.
Is it now?
Yeah. No, I will not be elaborating.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to make them the same size. There we go. All right. Wait, that's frame 24. Let's copy frame 24 to frame 1. All right. So frame 2. What if I make the ball travel at regular distances?
In a frictionless void.
In a frictionless void.
If you do that, you can calculate its physics properties. That is one class in school I fully avoided.
Physics?
Yeah.
I took it because it was supposed to be the hardest thing you could take in high school. I'm weak that way. I hear something is too difficult, and so I do it.
And see, my interest laid in what apparently was the easiest, which was earth science. But that was not because I was going for the easy class. That was because I like thinking about dirt. I just think it's neat.
Did I paste that on the wrong layer? Get up here. What? Why is... Oh, it just... Probably a glitch in the matrix that was causing my frame bubble to remain empty. Box is so fast. How will circle hold up?
Oh, weird.
Wait, frame... If I change the timing on frame 6, then that's going to make the circle pause too.
The phrase changing the timing on frame 6 gave me a flashback to that one commercial was around a ton
Doing QA on the
in early knots.
QA on the graphics in level 3.
Yep. You know exactly the commercial. That was for a college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand new world of digital arts, video games, a real career. All right, I'm not sure if chat's messing with me, but is punk physics a real thing?
Punk physics.
Like, they make it sound like it's a band.
I've never heard of punk physics.
I know.
I assume punk physics is something about like the physics of punching someone. Results through violence or something like that. The punk way.
Right. Hmm. I
My
feel like they
wavy.
were just joking.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because, like, science poetry is a real thing.
yeah. We both know Cameron. We are aware of this phenomenon. I don't know why, but in the last couple of months of the last year, I just got this urge to write poetry.
Oh, how'd that go?
I wrote a couple. Really, I need to make more time to just do it, but I wrote a couple, and it turned out that there were 4 lines out of all of the poems I wrote where I was like, yes, this is a good stanza.
Oh, cool.
And the rest of it was like, clunky, get the clunk out.
Yeah. Takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
Get your word forms. I don't know what you mean, Josh something. What could possibly be cursed on Horse Club?
My wacky inflatable tube person. They do look kind of cursed here. What? Okay. Have you wrote any poetry, Corey?
No.
Oh.
No, I think about it. I like to think, or I like language that has a lot of like imagery or floweriness to it, but finding things to express is hard.
Oh yeah. That's why I've only written a couple.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could write 100 poems about the malaise of a knowing existence, but maybe just 2 is fine. We've covered this topic already.
I made a ball that chases a square.
And they're girlfriends and they're on a date and they're having a good time.
They're girlfriends.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
Our limericks poems, yes. Like there's very little barrier between poetry and any other type of writing.
Yeah.
It's kind of just intent and what kind of, I guess, school of style you're looking to work in.
It was illuminating, a podcast I listened to.
Oh,
Um, it was a group of, I believe, 4 lesbians, but they were talking about um, poetry because one of them was big into poetry in university. Like that was their thing. They practically majored in it.
right.
And they hated a particular very noteworthy poet, like very, very noteworthy. I'm forgetting this which specific one, but they kind of founded the school of thought that was very like exclusionary, like poems are not for the masses kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So at the end of that podcast, I was like, yeah, that dude sucks. Um,
Contingent Cat puts out Wordsworth, but
Wordsworth. I don't think it's
Byron,
Wordsworth.
Lord
Not Byron.
Gordon,
No.
George Gordon, Lord Byron. No, I think
The,
I mean like Byron's up his own butt, but
the name Ezra Pound comes to mind. I don't know
that's
if that was the guy or just a guy who was a
that's
contemporary.
a name I associate with snootiness.
Yeah.
But like Wordsworth is totally accessible.
Mm.
Like
At your local
that's
library.
pretty sure the King James Bible was written in that style because of accessibility.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't that why they did that version of the Bible?
Yeah, well, because like uh, a big divide is whether or not like the stinky, smelly people should be able to read and understand the Bible
Hmm.
rather than having to learn Latin, Greek, Aramaic, any kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it's this is like for the people. Oh my goodness. Do you know what I learned the other day?
Is it
That
good?
okay. So you know indulgences?
Yes.
So Gutenberg had like a side hustle printing indulgences. That's
Oh
where he got
no.
a lot of income. And there was a big issue with the church over it.
As there would
Because
be.
you know, is Gutenberg? He's not some monk sequestered away doing the official church sanctioned version of indulgences, but also it led to the creation of broadsheets,
Hmm.
which basically evolved into modern newspaper. So,
Yeah, there are lots of weird origins for a lot of things that you just assume always existed.
yeah, I didn't know if indulgences were printed basically on pulp. Like, it's just you walk down the street, there's just a man hawking indulgences. And maybe there's also like a short story or information about how a war is going on also attached to the same piece of paper.
Very official. Very official. Word of
Yes,
God
which
on
helped
this
trigger
sheet.
witch hunts because, like, the early broadsheets and newspapers were extremely opinionated, but they spread really broadly.
That's why they call them broadsheets, right?
And I think it was just because they were wide.
It does remind me, because you brought up monks or priests or whatever, that one of the poets that was cited as a good one that those lesbians did on that podcast was a guy. I forget his name because um, my mind does not want to grasp that information specifically, but He was extremely horny.
That sounds. Yeah.
He was a priest who did not want to be a priest, but his dad was like, "You're a priest now." Number 2, extremely horny all the time about everything that he was writing poetry about. And a lot of it was very religious poetry. Like, he had notoriety as a religious poet because one of his poets went on about how the different sects of Christianity are akin to different women that you can make love to in different ways.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, if he were not a priest, he would be fully blaspheming and the church would be like really raining fire down on him.
Right.
So just history is full of interesting people is what I'm saying.
Okay. Ball hits, and I think it would squish. So I'm gonna try squish his ball.
Okay. Let's see how this worked out. How do you feel about this, Corey?
Oh, let's see it. Hey! So active.
Mm-hmm. Got the zoomies.
Got the zoomies. Are you gonna stick with basically that, or are you gonna try and flesh it out and give it a face?
Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this thing Muppet googly eyes or something. So that it's not like a weird facsimile of Bartleby.
Yeah.
Now I'm imagining a wacky wavy inflatable arm tube man.
Bartleby.
But it's just Bartleby. Yeah.
Just a Muppet made of skin.
And the fan just like is not well oiled. So it just kind of has a high pitched screech to it as it's running the whole time.
So the ball would kind of retain mass, but lose roundness.
I mean, I have heard that the mass is stored in the balls.
That's piss.
Oh, okay. You hear so many things nowadays in this modern age.
Does that look like a squashy or?
That does look like I was going to make a joke there, but Dragon Age is not the name of the long-standing JRPG series. Dragon Quest. It does look like a Dragon Quest slime.
Oh, no. No.
You must delete the Dragon Age.
Hide that.
Dragon Quest slime. Oh my god.
Copy, paste. All right, let's go again. Move this down. Because I think it has to bulge closer to the ground.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's part of my problem.
You're not giving the bulge the room to grow.
Yeah. All right. Just kind of... Maybe I should draw up from the ground? Yeah, because then it'll intersect the ground properly. Dear.
Are you working backwards?
Backwards?
Like drawing it from the ground up
No,
to it falling?
no, I have it falling and then hitting the ground, but I'm trying to get the bulge because it's got a squish. My brush size is too big. There we go. Because like when I'm thinking of it like a water balloon a little bit more than maybe a rubber ball.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I need it to kind of come back up and bounce up a bit.
Okay, that's that. Perhaps I should give it hair.
Oh, like yellow hair or something. Nice.
I was hovering over yellow when you said yellow. So I guess yellow is the color.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Okay, got my ball. I'm gonna hit play.
You're not going to go home?
No, I'm gonna play with my ball right here, right now. Boing. It's
Oh, that
cute.
turned out
It's
well. Yeah.
cute. Boing. Boing.
Are you going to give it a face?
Yeah, I think so.
You going to go full Dragon Quest slime?
Oh, what did slimes are like I know what their mouth looks like, but do they have they've got
Very
like
plain
anime
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah, very plain eyes. Just like circle, dot kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, they're circular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay. So I should just make another layer with a face on it and then follow the ball. Yes.
That is one way to do it, yes.
I'm gonna name the layer too. Wait, properties. Yeah. Face. All right. Uh,
Are you going to
yeah.
give it the sticky out tongue or
The sticky out tongue? No.
no? That's too silly.
I think the eyes need to be further apart. Yeah. And then like kinda yeah. That's horrific. That's really, really nailing it.
Yeah.
I should give it like the black outline.
What kind of pupils are you going to give it?
Oh, just dots.
Just dots? You're not going to go for the ruminant slat eyes?
No.
Okay. If you don't want to.
I don't want to.
One thing I found out recently is that so ruminant eyes, when they bend their head down,
Yeah.
the eyes stay level with the force of gravity, let's say.
Right.
So the slats will always match the horizon, kind of thing, right? You can't see it when we do that, but human eyes do that too.
Like when you're
like,
you follow the
yeah,
so your pupils. Well, like the pupils always kind of intersect your eyelid
yeah.
too. Like there's always kind of like a little sunshade. Kinda. I might just be BSing. I don't know.
No, that sounds right. Like, that's why people look so creepy when they open their eyes wide, is because you do see all around and you're not hooding your pupils at all.
I think the eyes need to be closer to the mouth. Can I just move these? Yeah, I don't even need to copy paste. There we go. Now we're cooking.
That looks like an emotionally damaged slime.
It's seen things.
They're hanging on a thread right now, like, good vibes only. They are just saying their mantra, good vibes only.
All right. So I've got a face. Gonna follow that body.
Follow that body.
All right. 42, 36. 42, 36. 6 pixels. Oh, I can mouse over stuff. Oh, I can see the distance within the shape. I don't even need to do math.
Oh, nice.
I can just... Ugh. Ugh. Perfect.
Technology is amazing.
Okay.
One thing that my partner and I didn't realize until recently is that the potential dog that we may get sometime in the future,
Yep.
We have a lady name for it.
Right.
We've chosen one for a while now, Juniper.
Right.
A nice little name for a nice little dog. But we didn't think of any male gendered names at all. Because Juniper felt a bit more femme.
Right.
We agreed. So I asked the question, like, what other names? Because I'm not going to turn down a dog just because it's more male gendered. Although, really, why apply gender to a dog? But, so we should think of a name ahead of time. The names my partner brought up were a lot. One of them, and this would be naming a whippet. One of them would be Iggy.
That's just confusing right off the start, because Iggy is like the short form for Italian Greyhound.
Yeah. One of the names, and this is from a dog name generator. One of the names was Bartholomew. I can't have this biblical entity living in my house.
That eliminates a lot of names.
It does, yes. But I feel like in this house, none shall worship themselves first before me.
Uh-huh.
But because my partner and I both have biblical names, but so I figure, make it a bit less Christian, so the third name that both of us were like, okay, this has to be it. We have to choose this one. Nugget. Because both of us had flashbacks to, I believe, a character that, if you don't know, Ian well knows. Nugget, the property manager from Yakuza.
Oh, the chicken.
The chicken.
All right, I'm about to release my creation upon the world.
You're about to slime off?
I'm gonna... Slime time, baby.
No bones, head empty.
Oh. I think I've got to do a little bit here, because I think they snap back a little bit too fast, but
It might just be very elastic slime.
It is a very elastic slime, you're right.
Yeah.
But
some slimes be that way.
They do be that way. There we go. What
are you gonna name it?
I was thinking of Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Nice biblical name, very traditional.
Yeah. But you are aware that they stop listening after the second syllable, right?
I heard the dogs can have a vocabulary of 20-some words.
That is true, yes. That was kind of one of the admonishments or warnings or whatever for dog owners is that I've seen around, is that you want the dog name to have like 2 syllables at most. And the warning was because they stop listening after the second one. So like Mercedes.
But all of my pet names, when I'm like, oh, who's the Bartholomewiest? Oh.
Oh, I mean, they'll appreciate it. They'll. This slime will wag its tail that it has. But if you're trying to get recall, you want that total recall. And sometimes it doesn't quite come back with a long name like Mercedes.
Quaid. Quaid be a good name. I named my cat Quincy. And that became like Quincenator or Quinsykins or
Quinceanera.
Quinceanera. No. But it got quite long sometimes.
Yeah. I think mainly it's just like a rule for dogs specifically because cats generally are indoor beings.
So what about I don't know, Russian authors? Tolstoy.
Tolstoy? That's 2 syllables.
Exactly.
It
Tolstoy's
works.
great.
Yeah.
Can't do Dostoevsky.
That was the second one that I was going to bring up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Karl Marx, full name.
Just Karl Marx on one word.
Yeah. They would respond to that.
You could name it Bougie.
Bougie. But we can't. Only when they are in trouble do I bring out the full word.
Bourgeoisie. Oh, that would be a good name for a borzoi, though.
Oh, it would be, yes. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, we're going to have a Russian Revolution. God, my noodle thing looks so depressed.
It does. It needs more pep.
More pep in its... I can't say step. It doesn't have feet.
Also, I wasn't going to say this, but it's got very poor posture.
Yeah, yeah. But lovely Goldilocks.
Wanna take it for a spin? Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Enchanting.
The thrill of making a computer draw something. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh. All for mouse too.
Yeah. All right. So I'm crossing off my plans that I've done. I did a box. I did a ball bounce. I bounced a ball.
You've made your list. You've checked it off.
Yeah.
You're done. You've succeeded.
We've only been doing this for less than an hour, and yet
It's been over an hour.
we should take a break.
Yeah.
What time does my stream start?
Which one?
That's the problem. Okay, yes. It's been more than an hour. It's time for us to take a break. Then we'll come back and do more brainstorming.
Yes.
Please enjoy ads. Back.
Howdy, howdy.
Just like the movie with the dinosaurs that I think about constantly for no reason.
Are you certain that it's for no reason? Should we dig deeper into your psychology on this particular topic?
Catchy music, riding a truck like a skateboard, and nightmare fuel with screw eyes.
Okay.
Oh, the movie with the dino. We're back. It's called We're Back. In the Crows, yes, and Frosted Flakes, or rather, the unfrosted flakes. Just dry cereal.
Munch and Crunch.
Munch and Crunch.
So we finished our list of tasks, which was one task. We've done it. We've done the one task.
I had 2.
You had 2. I had 1. You had 2. And you felt that you had succeeded on both.
Yep.
Do you have pride in this? Not succession. This.
I feel very accomplished.
achievement. Yeah.
I got to cross 2 things off my to-do list today,
Yeah.
which was a list of 2 things. I'm going to add, now based on what I know I can do, I would like to basically take some points and map out some feats. Some feats that are walking. Or maybe feats that are stepping over or around an obstacle.
Doing a walking cycle.
Not a walkie cycle, animating a particular transition.
Mm-hmm.
So I will make Steppy. Get Steppy. And I wanted to maybe I make a little Spider-Man. Maybe a little Spider-Man that swings across the frame and shoots a web. Spider style.
Spiders.
Out of the wrist where the spinnerets are.
Yes. And I will try a walking cycle.
You're just gonna try a straight up cycle? How many frames? Just start with 4 and then grow from there?
I mean, probably around 10. These will be 2 steps, right? 5 each.
That doesn't make any sense.
But
10 frames.
It might just be crazy enough to work.
So, yeah, walk cycles are usually divided on like the 2s, because again, like the 24 frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
So you get like
12.
Yeah.
Because then you can do 2 steps, or sorry, 4 steps a second. Like Ian did.
Just like that.
Yeah. All right. That does mean I need to make a new animation. That's going to be that long.
Okay.
And how long was your animation going to be?
Oh, I have options.
Too many or just enough?
Maybe like 2 seconds. Let's go for 2 seconds. I'm aiming for this to take 2 seconds.
That's a lot of frames.
It is a lot of frames.
On each frame, yeah.
Well, it's more that I'm moving, because like this is basically just double something I've already done.
You can also extend certain frames longer, so you don't need to actually do 68. Wait.
48.
48. My brain hasn't come in the mail yet for this year. I haven't cycled it out.
All right. So I'm gonna... Maybe I'm gonna make a background. Okay, so one layer is just gonna be background. And it's gonna be some ground. The earth.
I do have a question while you're setting that up.
And then it's going to be...
What should be walking?
I assumed you wanted a biped.
Yes. To make it simpler.
Give me a child, a rowdy boy. Give me like a Calvin, like
Calvin.
Dennis the Menace style.
Okay. Not pissing the whole way.
No. Well, he could, but
that'd be even more to animate. So.
Just maybe on his way to do some piss. Yeah. Make way for piss.
Make way for piss. Okay.
I'm gonna probably not look at what you're doing. Depending.
I don't know why you'd be so concerned.
Alright, there's an obstacle. And my scene is... Do I have a paintbrush? Paint bucket. There we go. Alright. The scene is set for my grand footseeing. I'm gonna make a new layer. Alright. This layer is called Feats. I want a color that stands out. And I'm just gonna use circles. Alright. So first frame, nobody's there. Next frame. 1 foot enters.
5 feet leave. What will happen if I actually use... Oop. Oh! I can just directly edit frames in the frame edit thing.
Oh,
How
that's
neat.
cool.
How novel.
Is that kind of part of how your onion skinning works?
That's how the onion skin works.
Wow. Okay. So I've got a foot. I'm just gonna label these so I can keep them apart. Pick a different color. 1. That's foot number 1. All right. So foot number 1 has entered. And then we swing forward to foot number 2. Coming in. I'm going to make it a different color as well. But
that's a different skull shape.
Same size. Maybe these feet should be on different layers so I can just independently move them. Yeah, so if they ever overlap, I can just... Foot 1. Foot 2. Still gonna make them different colors, but... That's the number 2. We can all agree that's the number 2. Alright. So, foot number 2 is coming in.
With a slam, bam, pow.
Alt-N for new frame. Alt-N. There we go. Okay. So, foot number 2 comes in. Lands. Then there's another frame. Foot number 1 gets picked up. Lands. Then foot number 2 has to go high, I guess.
Progress report on foot number 2.
Foot number 2 is about to exit the scene. Foot number 2 is gone. I'm at 26 frames. So I can probably smooth this out a bit. All right. So I'm going to play what I've got with my 2 feet. Something has happened. Something has gone very wrong.
They're moving.
They did move.
You've made an animation.
Something has moved. What am I grabbing? Does that work? Did it move the whole thing for all frames? No, something has gone really, really drastically wrong.
Uh-oh. Drama. Did foot number 1 betray foot number 2?
Potentially. All right. Back at it again. No, come on. Just moving foot number 1. Foot number 1 enters. Got my feet mixed up. All right.
I might have actually started animating a jump rather than a step.
How'd that happen?
I got a bit excited, you know. Yeah.
Woo!
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 Woo! Calvin was just feeling his oats a little there.
I never want to hear that again.
Do you not know that phrase?
I know it, and I know what it means.
I believe you. I mean, that was a phrase that I had to look up to understand, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, how did this happen? It was never meant to be!
Uh-oh. The problem is foot 2. Foot 1's perfect, but foot 2 is the problem.
Both my feet. I'm going back to the beginning. With just 1 foot.
You've just got 2 left 2s, you know?
How do I delete frame? Alt-C. Kabam! No frame is without sin. Okay, I'm gonna use frame 1 to hold my crap. Just so I have them. And then later on, I'll delete frame 1. So. Alright. So. New frame. Foot 1 enters. Foot 2 is gone. Maybe I should review more often. Whee! Okay, that seems a little fast, but
Hair definitely got bigger throughout animating that. Well, they're shuffling.
like make it clear that the feats are going through an arc.
A character arc.
Yeah, they have a character arc. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing. Okay. It did it again. Why are they up there?
They want to avoid touching the ground.
This is mysterious.
What if you just shift the entirety of the background up a bit to match it?
There. Oh, it was only for one frame.
Whoopsie.
So is it... Okay. There's this frame. So if I have the whole thing selected and I've got the move tool and I pull that up there, does this do what the thing does? Oh. It do.
They're even farther up there now.
Okay. So let's find whichever frame I cursed with. There we go. With the background. And then get back to frame. Oh no. Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no?
Okay.
What have you done?
I just discovered some information and then completely ignored it. So I can select the individual frame versus the layer. Moving the layer moves all of the frames in the layer, but I just want to move the frame. So I'm going back to the very beginning. Foot 1 should be on the ground.
Stage 1, foot 1.
All right. Okay, maybe foot 1 will be on the ground here. No, get off. Okay. And then forward to when foot 2 should be landed. Right here. Okay. Move. Make sure I have the whole layer. Okay. So now this should be better. That's a lot better. It's not perfect, but it's better. And I know what I did wrong, so I can kind of fix it a little.
It's part of the process. You're learning.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this frame by frame.
Oh no.
Okay, but now I know.
Meanwhile, I standardized the hair size, so the playthrough of this wasn't a hair growing tutorial. Honestly, for the motions of a jump, not that bad. Just like a little hop.
A little whee, like skipping over a puddle, going off the
Skipping over a
curb.
puddle. Yeah. Avoiding the slush.
The slush, yeah.
And yeah, that was 12. So perfectly divisible means that it'll work in any production.
Okay, this time I did it properly. Yes. All right.
Something happens either right at the beginning or the
well,
end.
That's
there.
the frame I had for keeping
track,
keeping my assets. So
okay,
there we go. Yeah, number 2 goes through a weird thing where I hesitated about getting it to go all the way up right at the start. Just have to make sure. There we go. Wish I could. Aha! There's the criminal. I can delete that frame. All right.
What else do I add to Calvin here? I wonder. You see, he's blonde now, so it's Calvin.
Okay.
I know what this boy needs. a knife.
All right, so now I want to make another layer for actually following this with like feet and leggies and things. Because I was just trying to map out the movement with parts before the like complicated bit.
Yeah, you're thumbnailing a bit.
A little. Okay. So I'm going to come in here with purple now. And maybe a line tool. So I can kind of imagine. No, I'll just use the brush. Yeah, 3 pixel size brush. All right. So kind of coming in this way. That. Maybe I should have added another shape to be like the where these would join up.
Mm. You're just kind of making a slinky.
I'm making, yeah.
So I slowly melt into my chair. Sit up. Sit up and have good posture. Don't forget, kids. Okay.
Okay. Let's watch this noodle. Yeah!
Now I understand the cinematography here. And where are they going, though? What's the motivation?
They have to go out for coffee with someone. And it's autumn, and the leaves are wet on the ground, and they are taking a shortcut, and a log has fallen over the path, so they steppy on the log and then over. That's kind of what's going on in this scene.
Okay.
They don't have a knife.
Okay, yeah. If you can develop a love interest for them, then I think we can sell this to Hollywood.
Right. I love interest. Like, you think the person they're meeting for coffee, like, is this a Tinder meetup? Like, they've been chatting for a while on text, and this is finally like the go meet at a public location in case you're a knife murderer.
Yeah. And Calvin here is the knife murderer. So.
Well, I think there's an age limit for getting like a Tinder account.
Well, no, this is Calvin, but adult. You can see with the,
This is adult Calvin.
You can see the Travis touchdown hairstyle I gave him.
Right.
Didn't intend to do that, but
so he's older now. He's grown up. People call him Cal now.
Yeah. However much he asked them not to.
Right. Okay. Well, I think I got my steppy through, and I learned a lot about how to select things on the layers they are. Instead
Very
of
useful.
Yeah. Having to redo stuff is pain in the butt. I like to avoid doing that. But that might just be me, you know?
Who wants to redo work when they've already done it? As you see me copy pasting the same thing.
Oh, the puddle he has to jump over?
Yeah.
Right, because it's autumn. And... Or is this Calvin on the way to the date?
Yeah. That's why he has the knife to cut the cake that he's offering to the date.
Alright.
Magic wand. Damn. Now I understand why people love you.
Okay. So... Spider-Man has been spying on Mary Jane, who is on her way to a date with Calvin. And he knows that Calvin's a knife murderer, so he's on his way across the desert to save MJ.
Yes.
Yes, okay. That's my motivation going into this.
That's the storyline.
That's the storyline. So... Do I want one? Yeah, I want, like... Yeah, let's rough this out. How long do I want this line to be? Yeah, use the line tool. Does this tell me how long? 58? Yeah, it does tell me how long. Sweet. So I can try to keep the length the same. Wee. Alright, I'll try to keep the length at 50? 50. Alright.
I saw you waving around the line tool like, damn, you've made a smooth animation.
Woo! Yeah. No one else can see it because it's white on a grid. So 50. Okay. So there's that. And then what does 50 look like over here? 50 about there, and so that's probably the height that you'd want to get another zoot out. So
damn, these puddles really are moving. I did not say I was good at this, but I'm trying. That's all that matters.
okay.
What else to add to this?
Oh, it even shows me the angle I'm at. Bless.
You've got some power in that program there.
Yeah. Trying to divide up the arc so that I can get it. Okay. So yeah, background. Another layer is it shift in? Yeah, it is. I'm learning.
Learning.
Okay. Spider's man. So over here, then we'll swing. Nope, nope, nope. Alt in for another thing. Okay. This is Spider. Oh, I'm still on the line tool. Spider-Man's arm. Then.
Oh, layer. There we are.
I think I've just done Christmas lights.
Is that not what you want to do?
Not really. No, wait. Aha. There can be only one. This is clearly the most efficient way to do this.
And I'd like to copy paste something in the frame edit.
Yeah.
From one frame to the next, but it's not letting me.
So you can only do that from the other view?
Yeah. But I can't have onion in other view. Oh well, we do it manually.
I think I need to make another layer that is just the web. Like the animated web, not my scaffold web. Or maybe I can just erase. Which is better here?
Erase and forget.
What if I just duplicate this layer thing? And then hide it? And then go through my frames and erase crap. That sounds like a good idea.
If it works.
Polygon lasso. That's what I'm going to do. So. Nope. Boop. that not? How do I add extra points? This lasso tool is confusing.
Yeah. Okay, well, to fix that,
Oh, goodness.
are you winning, champ?
I think so. It's going to be a long fight, though.
Yeah. What? Where was that?
Of course, I'm doing the most efficient things.
Oh, I am not even. I'm not even pretending to try and be efficient here. Quality. I can taste it.
You can really taste the quality. All right, hitting play. So I can review this. Hopefully my red dot is still there and the lines only show mostly attached to the red dot. Oh!
You've done it.
Oh! All right. So I think I want
Wait, the one thing I would do is
duplicate.
that the frames at the peaks of the swings,
Yeah,
you hold on them longer. You don't
working on
even
it.
need to duplicate frames. You can just hold on the frame a bit longer, right?
Kinda.
Well, at the very least, I can fill in the knife.
So I kind of want actually the thread he lets go of to actually just stay there and dangle after he leaves.
That'll be a lot more manual stuff,
Yeah,
and it won't cycle, right?
right. I think I'm on the brush. Yeah, I'm on the brush. Yeah. All right. Let's see this. Ah.
Oh, good. That worked out very well, actually.
Yeah.
It almost looks like he just grabs onto the one that dangles there in the loop.
Okay, so maybe he starts shooting for the peak. That's kind of cool. It's a little clunky, but it's not too bad.
No, that works. If it works, right?
Yeah, I'll add a background so stuff pops a little more. Can I move layers down?
To fill.
Ah! Figured it out. Okay. There, it's blue. And then there's like dirt. Trying to get like a yellowy sandy dirt.
One of those shades of taupe.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop. And then I'm draw a cactus.
A very tall cactus he's swinging off of.
Nope. Small cactus in the distance. Just to establish that this is the desert. There. Alright. So... Can I... Yes! I set background as layer and it filled in all of the frames. Or maybe that's a lie.
Why you lying?
There. Whee! Spiders, man!
I can really feel the emotion in this depiction.
Yeah. Whereas Calvin's just hitting endless puddles. It's gonna be so late for the date.
But he'll be illuminated the whole time because there's the moving light post as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know what it is?
Time to break something.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. All right.
Please enjoy commercials or stand up and walk around or get some water or take your meds or hug a pet. Give them little scritches.
Just a little.
Just a little. Be right back. Hello again.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
So, I have knocked off 2 more things on my to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna go through the process of crossing those off. Very productive day today.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Matt?
Um, I feel like we could dive a bit deeper into a different creative process, one that we talked about a bit earlier.
Oh,
It,
certainly.
it's less visual. It's more, well, not necessarily more, but it is cerebral, textual. It has been um, on Papyrus as much as it has been on standard A1 poetry.
I thought you were talking about the font.
The
And I
font.
have seen poetry rendered in Papyrus.
It makes it more approachable, right? You know, it's welcoming.
It's not what that font's for.
But yeah, since I am going to be on another Loading Ready Run stream tonight, you'll have to come see then. We're going to be playing a video game on stream.
What's that? 5 p.m. here, local time, Victoria, BC, on Loading Ready to Run, the Twitch account. We're playing Gang Beasts with
Gang
a group
Beasts.
of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm there. Nelson's there. Were you part of that one?
Yep, me and Ian.
Yes. You and Ian? Okay.
Yep. I will have
and
my
then
revenge.
Paul will be helping. Oh, yeah. You will. You will.
Yes.
Are you going to choose the meeple that looks like Ian?
I haven't seen the character customization options that currently exist.
Okay.
I know they have done some updates in the past, but I had the game uninstalled, so I did not get alerted to that. So, yeah. As far as the pixel art animation thing, yeah, let's put that on hold. We did good today. We don't have to exhaust our thinky functions pushing pixels.
And again, my new brain for this year hasn't come in the mail.
Right.
And already I've done a
Yes.
lot of thinking on Calvin and Bartleby. And you've done a lot of thinking yourself on Spiders Man and Slinky.
Yep.
So,
while we are chatting, although
yes.
I assume chat will have some input into what we were discussing, I would like to see in chat requests for Horse Club topics for future.
Yes.
For what would you like to see? What's something that you think is hard?
Hopefully something that can be done digitally, because a lot of remote stuff, it's hard to have a setup with
Yes.
traditional means. Although some people have setups, like Alex has called in, right, and done physical media.
Yep, as has Angel, and Matt Cummings was doing some watercolor stuff, and may come back in the future to do some gouache.
Oh, watercolor and gouache.
Gouache. And
Gouache.
I think I've had a request for like plasticine or clay sculpting, which still isn't drawing a horse, so it seems like it works. Backgrounds, all right.
Glass blowing. I'm sure we know someone who could do glass blowing. Alex could do glass blowing, I'm sure.
I mean, we could probably do like bead making, because that's like a smaller setup.
Mm-hmm. I just like the idea of doing pottery, and then the first half is forming the pottery, and then the second half is just sitting there watching the kiln as it's blazing the pottery.
Okay, that's okay.
And then
so
you're just having coffee while you're watching.
You do your pottery. You have to let it dry out for a while.
Yeah.
Like over like 48 hours, let's say, depending on what water mixture you need. And then if there's any like glazing, you have to do that. And then heating the kiln takes for freaking ever. Loading the kiln takes for freaking ever. And then it sits there and bakes for quite a long time, and then the kiln has to cool down, which is another long period of time. I don't think it's very streamable. Sci-fi tech and robots.
Damn, next you're gonna tell us to try and draw a car.
Car.
There are lists commonly seen for people's like FAQs for if you wish to commission me that I see a lot online because I follow several online artists.
No mechs.
No mechs is almost always a feature. Oh. It really sucks because I'm sure that Ian would really appreciate seeing more mech fan art out there, you know? He loves those Macrosses.
He does love Macrosses.
If only they were easier to draw.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any ceramicists, Molly, but if they're out there, I can find them.
Well, there is one person we both know and have worked with in the past that makes pottery, I believe.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
No. Okay.
Yes, we do. You're talking about Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a poem here.
I was going to ask.
If you want to talk about a poem.
Hit me up with that poem.
Okay, this was retweeted by Cameron on December 31st. And it's thematic. And you can tell where I'm getting the poetry that I read most often.
Cameron?
Because the first thing I go to is Cam's Twitter. This is Lucille Clifton's I'm Running into a New Year.
Mm.
And everything here is also lowercase as well for part of the vibe.
Just give it a go.
I'm running into a new year, and the old years blow back like a wind that I catch in my hair like strong fingers, like all my old promises, and it'll be hard to let go of what I said to myself about myself when I was 16 and 26 and 36. Even 36, but I'm running into a new year, and I beg what I love, and I leave to forgive me. So what do you think about this? What initial emotional response do you have to this poem, Coriander?
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of velocity involved.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Much like your Slinky.
Much like my Slinky. Yes. Or my Spider's Man.
Or your Spider's Man, yes.
Yes.
This vibed with me personally because the empty week, that is the 52nd week of the year.
Yes.
Is really for me a very personal time. That is right after Christmas, right before New Year's and my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like big vibes are happening and I can't control what those vibes are.
Right. So typically that week is a nice time for me. This year, Ian decided to call it a Jubilee and kept talking about the Jubilee, which he decided to call the week. And that word doesn't mean that. And
it doesn't, no.
It caused me no end of grief. It's like, we're going to have ramen punch because it's Jubilee. And I'm like...
From the X-Men?
From the X... I did it. I did too. I was like, yeah! Taint Week.
Taint Week? Because it taint 2021 and it ain't 2022? Is that
Potentially. Why? But it's also, it's the connecting fiber between two holidays that happen like a week apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's, for me, specifically, that the reason why I bring up that poem as well is that it is a lot of forward momentum that you can't necessarily control.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a week of saying goodbye to the previous year and all of the previous years. And that is the act of running into a new year. A jubilee.
Yeah, and there's also kind of like a sense of freedom, let's say, or like kind of wildness.
Yeah. You are the wild horses running around, right?
Are the wild horses. The years are just blowing back your hair. You're going to go have a dust bath.
And like most years, if you frighten it enough, then it'll run away until its lungs bleed and it dies, or it breaks a leg and it dies, or it just has a heart attack and it dies.
That's kind of a hostile energy. I'm going to check my my photos on my phone because while I'm on Twitter, if I see a poem I like, I either save it to my images or take a screenshot so that because people don't often like credit like the authors or because it's like a page from a book. It's like you're supposed to be reading the whole book, which has the author on it. But yeah. So I don't have that information, and I'll try to find one that isn't just sad.
Yeah, that too. I mean, the problem is most of the poems I see are from Cameron, and Cameron has big vibes going on with the poems that he likes.
There is one that I really enjoy, and Cameron does make reference to quite frequently, and it's Wild Geese by Mary Oliver.
Go on.
You did not have to be good. You did not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things.
I dig it.
I dig it too.
I dig it, yeah.
Yeah. But just let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. That's just like a very...
I was gonna cite that, and then the phrase left my mind as I was taking in the rest of the poem.
Yeah.
The soft animal of your body. That is one of those stanzas. If I wrote it, I'd highlight it like, yes, keep this one. I do like just having animals in your poems, right? Wild geese, horses, other things.
Yes. I don't know. I just like it because, like, part of being alive and existing is painful, and you have to deal with, like, a lot of the expectations, external, internal, but they have nothing to do with life and things that are happening in the rest of the world, especially things that are happening in nature, right? Such as like migrations of geese. Like I have nothing to do with that, and I see them and watch them leave, watch them come back, that kind of thing. But I'm still here, just feeling sad. But there's still things to be excited about out in the world.
Yeah. There are the natural processes that your sadness can't change.
But also, like, those things are beautiful and exciting.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like, even though it feels like the despair is everything, if I see something I'm happy about, then that's a good thing. Like
Yeah.
I can invest in it, invest in the happiness or the excitement or imagination based on geese.
Based on geese, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like a goose is a very good entry point for that for me, because geese are quite ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And a cornerstone of my happiness and philosophy is to delight in the absurd, because that's a very easy entry point, no matter how down I might feel. Um, it has a good punch to it, right? It can really kick you out of a mood.
Mm.
And there are absurd things everywhere. Delighting in the absurd can be easy when you look hard enough.
Mm. I think I like it. I love absurdity. A big fan of absurdism, but I like being delighted with reality, like a sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just a thing you see, you witness, and it's like kind of the more you know about the mechanics of it, the more beautiful it becomes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the sublime, right? A different kind of poetic house of sorts,
Yeah.
umbrella. There's the absurd, there's the sublime, and one definition of the sublime is a power greater than yourself that you can't necessarily fully comprehend. And
Mm-hmm.
it's usually a very natural power. So a sunset would be the sublime, because you can't fully wrap your arms around it, right? It is beyond you, but
Yeah.
it is just as impactful, if not more, because of that.
It's more like the literal definition of awesome.
Yeah.
Are horses absurd or sublime? Both! They're a beautiful creature, majestic, and they're like big dogs. And they get real stupid and horny.
Yeah. And people get mad when they're let out when they're not supposed to be.
Mm.
Yeah.
But also, have you seen them? They're like just big meat logs on these little toothpicky things,
Big meat
lumbering
logs.
around.
Yeah. Yeah. And just like pooping whenever.
And their lips, the way their lips do.
The
Just,
way their lips do.
yeah. Been watching a lot of ungulate mouths recently, in addition to rodent mouths, because I've been watching a lot of videos of like beavers eating things,
Mm-hmm.
and capybaras, of course.
Yeah. Well, you live with Ian, and Ian matches your passion for capybaras, I believe, right?
Potentially exceeds it, oddly enough, because I'm happy to just see casually a capybara out in the thing, but he follows like 3 or 4 capybara accounts, and then will show me
Mm.
periodically throughout the day, or like text me or send me messages in Slack of things he sees from his
And,
feeds. It's like I could follow those feeds, but I don't.
and you know what, Corey? That is a form and an act of love
Mm-hmm.
to share capybaras with you.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that you embody the vibe of capybara more than Ian.
I do like baths so
Well,
much.
there's that, but there's also just letting it happen, right? Letting the
Mm.
capybaras come to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Right?
just straight vibe, just straight chill.
Oh. I love videos of cappies because often it looks like motion isolation has happened.
Mm.
where
Yes.
it's just like, here's something just completely, absolutely still. And then sometimes you can kind of see them breathe or an ear wiggle will happen. And then there's like people walking around or water falling. It's very nice.
Yeah. I've heard multiple different people call them mom shaped or friend shaped.
They're definitely friend shaped.
Yeah.
But I've seen some cabbie violence and other things. They come in like two sizes, big and small and sleek.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're just talking about cabbies.
I mean, follow your passion, right? Follow
Yeah,
your love, follow your joy.
it's much better than thinking about horse mouths, which have like kind of like dexterous lips that grab things.
Well, and bringing it to the absurd, any lips on any animal, if they're a feature instead of just like the outer rim of a mouth, if they are a feature like there are on humans, like there are on horses and whatnot,
Hmm.
they are absurd. Watching them do anything is
Yeah.
silly.
Oh, giraffes. Oh, Lysander, yeah. Yeah. Giraffes are bizarre.
Are their lips purple too, or just their tongues?
Just their tongue.
Okay.
But they have clear force behind them. Right? It's
They have intent.
forceful lips used
Yeah.
for stripping trees. Much different from like elk.
Well, elk have clear intent as well, but they just don't use their lips for it, right?
They've got like moose mouths.
Moose mouths.
Yeah. Elk are like small moose. Question from the chat. How absurd are goats? What are goat mouths like?
They do have the lip action. And I think they kind of have the same ish teeth, like bone structure as horses and other like ungulate
Herbivores.
ruminants.
Yeah. Well, they're not they're kind of an omnivore, aren't they?
They
Goats?
sample. They sample.
Yeah.
They're primarily herbivore though. Like they don't have the sharp hunting teeth. They have the grinders
Yeah.
and the multiple stomachs, I believe.
Ah.
Yeah, no, the thing with goats is they have the horns,
Yep.
and sometimes they're good at handling them, and sometimes they're very bad at handling them and get them caught on things.
Right.
And they have those lips, and they scream, and they spit sometimes.
Right.
And sometimes when they're really getting horny, they scream even more. And use their lips to really show you what they could do, I guess. An excited goat is really a ridiculous thing to watch. But then you get into the full fluid motion of the body, like we've done animation today.
Right.
The full fluid motion of a goat, trained and practiced or not, they're clip-clopping everywhere. And like their little tail does a little wiggle while they're just there like surveying, and then they hop a bit more. And it's just very stoically absurd, I would say. Like very independent, but also very ridiculous, I find.
They're very earnest.
Yes. Half of them are named Ernest.
Half of them are named Ernest.
Yeah.
All right. I think I've got enough suggestions from chat for things to look for people to do. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to actually look for people who kind of specialize in these things or similar enough that they would say yes to drawing a mech or a car or something.
Yeah. It would be interesting to get someone on that does indie ink.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or embroidery or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to thank subs at this point.
Oh, go for it. I did not open that ahead of time. I hope you're fine doing that yourself.
I should be. Starting with Boy151, 3 months. Welcome back. Happy New Year to you too. Deathrite Sharkman, 34 months. That's
Thank you.
almost an anniversary. What? Ion Dream, 3 months. Welcome back to you as well. Etulu... ETA Luia. Edaluia.
Hallelujah.
Edaluia. 49 months, thank you. Arklid, 91 months, rapidly approaching the 1 year. That is everyone.
And thank all of you.
And
thank you, Corey.
And thank you. And thank you.
Yeah. And also with you.
And you as well. We'll be back in approximately an hour.
An approximate hour, yeah.
Yeah. Should I tell people anything else that's happening this week? On Talking Sim, Cameron and I are finally tackling Wildermyth.
Ooh. Are you excited about that?
I'm excited about that. I love that game. That is after Minecraft with Surge, Uno, and... No James? No James. They're still doing Happy's Humble Hamburger Farm on Let's Nope. Kathleen is still playing it forward in Shin Megami Tensei 5.
She's made great pains to try and not be the longest play it forward.
She already is.
I think she's 4 episodes away from being the longest.
Wow.
Yeah.
AFK this week is Root Underworld expansion, so look forward to that. Then Ian is cracking into a very fancy Gunpla on Tinker Tailor this week, on Thursday after the Magics.
He'll finally get his Gunpla Macross fan art.
Other things of note, on Saturday it looks like James is sticking in a one more, playing Escape from Tarkov with Serge and Joe Kim. So that will be it. Thank you all again for sticking around and hanging out, and thank you, Matt, for joining me today.
And thank you, Corey, for joining me today.
Good night, club. I'll see you next week with more art.
Art, 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 art.